Right now, at this very second, you are hurtling through the void of space at 107,000 kilometers per hour. You didn't choose this. You didn't buy a ticket. You didn't even notice. And yet here you are, riding the most extraordinary vessel ever created. Not a rocket, not a space station, a planet. But Earth is just one piece of a machine so vast, so ancient, so perfectly designed, that even today, after centuries of science, we are still trying to understand it. Today, we start at the very beginning. We start with fire. Four and a half billion years ago, a cloud of gas and dust collapsed under its own gravity. The pressure became so violent that atoms began fusing together. And in that moment, a star was born. Our Sunday. It doesn't look dangerous from here. A bright circle in the sky. Something children draw with a yellow crayon. But here's the reality. The sun's core burns at 15 million degrees Celsius. Its mass is 330,000 times greater than Earth's. You could fit over 1 million Earths inside it. The sun makes up 99.86% of everything in this solar system. Every planet, every moon, every asteroid, all of it combined is just leftover dust. We are alive because of one thing: distance. We exist in what scientists call the Goldilocks zone. Not too hot, not too cold. Just right. But let's see what happens when you step outside that zone. Mercury, the closest planet to the sun. And here's the paradox: not the hottest, because Mercury has almost no atmosphere, nothing to trap heat. The day side hits 430 degrees Celsius. The night side drops to minus 180, a 600-degree swing. Same planet, same day, a world nearly destroyed before Earth even formed. Venus, Earth's so-called twin. Same size, same mass, just slightly closer to the Sunday. And yet the most hostile world in the inner solar system. Surface temperature, 465 degrees Celsius. Hotter than Mercury. Every day. Forever. Soviet probes landed there in the 1970s. The toughest ones lasted 2 hours before being melted and crushed. Venus is not just a planet. It is a warning.
Earth, the third planet. At first glance, just another rock. But Earth is the only world we know of in the entire observable universe where life exists. Liquid water, a magnetic field from a spinning iron core, a perfectly balanced atmosphere. Remove any one of those and we don't exist. Mars, the red planet, covered in iron-rich rust from pole to pole, but beneath that dust, ancient river valleys, dried lake beds, frozen water at the poles. Scientists believe Mars once had an Earth-like climate, warm, wet, possibly habitable, but Mars lost its magnetic field. The solar wind stripped away its atmosphere over millions of years. The oceans evaporated. The rivers dried up. Mars is not just a dead planet. It is what Earth looks like in a different timeline. Jupiter, so massive it could swallow every other planet combined and still have room. No solid surface. An ocean of gas so compressed that deep inside, hydrogen turns into liquid metal. The Great Red Spot, a storm raging for 400 years, is wider than Earth itself. But Jupiter's most important role? It is our guardian. Its gravity pulls in asteroids and comets that would otherwise strike Earth. We may owe our existence to a gas giant 600 million kilometers away. Saturn, nothing else in the solar system looks like this. Billions of ice chunks and rocks orbiting in rings stretching 270,000 kilometers wide. Scientists believe these rings are the remains of a moon torn apart by gravity. A moon that became a masterpiece. Seen through a telescope, even professional astronomers stop and stare, every single time. The further you travel from the sun, the darker it gets, the colder it gets, the stranger it gets. Uranus tilted at 98 degrees, practically on its side. Scientists believe it was struck by a massive object early in history, an impact so violent it knocked the entire planet sideways. Billions of years later, it is still carrying that scar. Neptune, the final planet. Winds reaching 2,100 kilometers per hour, 7 times stronger than Earth's most powerful hurricanes. It takes 165 years to orbit the sun once. We watched it for over 160 years before it completed a single lap. The asteroid that killed the dinosaurs 65 million years ago, a rock 10 kilometers wide, struck Earth, the equivalent of 1 billion nuclear bombs. Wildfires, tsunamis, a decade-long winter, 75% of all species wiped out, including the dinosaurs. But that same impact cleared the way for mammals like our ancestors to survive. Without that asteroid, there may have been no humans. Comet Halley, a lump of frozen gas and rock that has been visiting Earth for thousands of years. Ancient civilizations saw it and feared it. Astronomer Edmund Halley was the first to realize, in 1682, it returns every 76 years. It last appeared in 1986. Next visit around 2061. A comet that has watched empires rise and fall and keeps coming back. Shooting stars. Every day, thousands of rocks burn up in our atmosphere. What you call a shooting star is a rock disintegrating 80 kilometers above your head. In Arizona, there is a crater 180 meters deep, 1,200 meters wide, left by one that didn't burn up completely. The Earth wears the scars of space. Most of them we never notice. October 4th, 1957. A metal sphere the size of a basketball was launched into orbit. No weapons, no astronauts. It just beeped, and the world stopped. That beep was Sputnik Etna, and everything that followed: GPS on your phone, satellite TV, weather forecasting, Mars, rovers, the International Space Station, all of it traces back to that single moment. America responded with Explorer 1-inch 1958, which discovered the Van Allen radiation belts. The first ever scientific discovery made from space, 1961, Yuri Gagarin, becomes the first human in space and returns alive. 1969, Neil Armstrong walks on the moon. 1986, Challenger explodes 73 seconds after launch. 7 lives lost. 1994, GPS declared operational. A silent revolution begins. 1997, Pathfinder lands on Mars. 2012 Curiosity rover lands on Mars and is still exploring today. Geostationary satellites orbit at 36,000 kilometers, moving at exactly the Earth's rotation speed, appearing perfectly still in the sky. They carry your TV signals, phone calls, emergency broadcasts, GPS 24 satellites, and 6 orbital planes. At any moment, 4 are visible from anywhere on Earth. Your phone calculates microscopic differences in signal time to place you within meters. A sailor, a surgeon, a family fleeing disaster, all guided by signals from orbit. In 1977, NASA launched Voyager 2, a 5-year mission that is still going 47 years later. Today, it is over 20 billion kilometers from Earth, still sending data. It carries a golden record: music, languages, the sounds of Earth, the image of a man and a woman, a message in a bottle, thrown into an infinite ocean. We are a small planet, orbiting an ordinary star, in one of 200 billion galaxies, and yet we built rockets. We walked on the moon. We sent our voice to the edge of everything. The solar system is not just our neighborhood. It is our origin, our history, our future, and we have barely begun to explore it. That's the solar system. All 4 parts, all 8 planets, every moon, every comet, every star, from the burning heart of the sun to a golden record drifting silently past the edge of everything we know. If this series made you see the universe differently, even for just a moment, then it did exactly what it was supposed to do. Drop a comment right now. Which planet shocked you the most? I read every single one. If you're new here, this channel exists for one reason: to make the biggest stories in science, history, and the world feel real, feel personal, feel yours. Subscribe. Share this with one person who needs to see it. And I'll see you in the next one.